Okay. It looks like we're live, but I need to make sure that there's not an echo. No, it looks live over here. Okay. All right. So let me just pull this up here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to your Spring Cleanse live cooking class with me, Andrea Beeman. I'm very excited that you're here because today is the first day of spring. So this is highly appropriate. And Amanda, let me know if you can't hear or see me. Let me know on the the other the other thing.
There's about a 10, 20, 30
Yeah.
second lag. So
Okay.
give people time to get.
Thank you. Okay, so today is the first day of spring, and one thing that you notice if you went outside, because a lot of people don't go outside, unfortunately, they're stuck inside, like looking at their screens all the time. But if you notice outside, things are starting to bubble up, right? It's springtime, spring energy. Spring energy is an upward rising movement. And it happens on the earth and it happens to all the things on the earth, right? Bears come out of hibernation, right? Things start to get active. But one thing that happens, and you guys can let me know in the chat if this has happened to you, one thing that happens in the spring, especially to the human species, is that we often are out of flow with the spring energy. And when that happens, when spring comes, you'll feel groggy, tired, no energy, can't get out of bed, angry, irritated, pains, aches and pains will come up. A spring flu will come up, which is normal at this time of year. Spring flu comes up because it's actually clearing the debris. Allergies will pop up. It's your body clearing the debris, right? Clearing the system. So in springtime, one of the things that you can do is you can assist your body in getting alignment with the cycles and the seasons by doing a spring cleanse. So one of the things that, hello Maria, good to see you. Hi Barbara. Hi Peggy. Hello everybody. And Mind to Love. I think that's Sabrina. Could be Sabrina, possibly. Yeah. So one of the things that you could do is you can assist your body in this cleansing process, this natural clearing and cleansing process, so that you have energy to move into summertime, which is the most active time of the year, right? Everything's bustling and moving all over the place. So if you look traditionally at religions and cultures around the world, in the springtime, they would classically fast or do some type of cleanse. So I'll give you some examples. Ramadan happens in the spring. They fast all day long, no food, and then they eat dinner, right? And they do that for, like, I don't know, 30 days or something like that. Greek Orthodox, they will start fasting in the spring, traditionally. I don't know if they do it now these days, but traditionally, they would take out all animal proteins, dairy, eggs, meat, oils they would take out, and they would eat just veg, veg and light foods for like 40 days. In the Christian tradition, they would fast for Lent, right? And the modern fast is that you take out meat on a Friday, but the traditional fast was you took out meat for 40 days and you ate lightly. So when you eat lighter and you free up the energy of the digestive system, then the body goes to cleaning house. It goes to spring cleaning, right? It clears out the digestive system. The liver gets a little push, right? The liver and the gallbladder are like, oh, thank you. Thank you for giving me a break from all the heaviness of winter. What we can do is support our body with that natural cleansing process. I recommend fasting. Not everybody's going to fast. So I'm going to show you a cleanse that you can do that takes the place of fasting. And like I'll give you an example. My husband is not a faster. He would take away his food, he's a monster, right? But luckily, we both got norovirus about 2 weeks ago, so we couldn't eat 24 hours, no food. So it automatically put both of us into a spring cleanse very quickly. And on the other side of it, I felt lighter, happier, right? Because everything was cleared out. So I do a fast every spring, sometimes for 3 days, sometimes for 5 days, sometimes for 7 days, depends on how I'm feeling. So what I'm going to show you today could be a 3-day fast. It could be a 7-day fast. You could do it for 30 days if you want, okay? So, hi, Maureen. Oh, good. Yes, Mind to Love. That's Sabrina. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to start, for those of you that are in my Health is Wealth community, you got these handouts, Amanda, and in my thyroid community, right? You got these handouts from Amanda. She uploaded them to the portal. And we'll also upload the video as well with everything attached so you don't have to, you'll never miss anything. The energetics of spring are covered, right? Fresh and new. Upward rising, light, less dense. This is how you want to feel naturally. Water flowing, lots of rain showers you'll see happening in the spring, right? So that means the water is moving. Water element is moving. New growth and regrowth, right? If you look out into the forest and you look out in nature, you see new growth and you see regrowth. Spring flowers, right? And when the body is out of alignment, frustration, anger, stuckness, right? We see all of that, the opposite. So you guys have that in your handout. Now, the first recipe that we're going to do is a liver cleanse salad because we're going to support that upward rising energy in the body so that you feel lighter. You feel the energy of spring. Everything is going to flow better. So this is one of my favorite ways to go into spring. And you could do it for 3 days. You could do it for 5 days. You could do it for 10 days if you want. So it calls for 2 whole raw beets, 1 green apple, 1 fennel bulb, and the juice of 1 lemon, plus a teaspoon of zest, lemon zest, and lemon juice, and then sea salt. So this is 1 large beet. If you have a beet that's this size, use 1. If you have a medium-sized beet, use 2. If you have small little beets, like I got these from my farmer, my local, my Amish farmer, if you have little tiny ones like this, then 4 of those, okay? And I'm going to use the shredder disc on the food processor. So if you don't have a food processor with a shredder disc, you're going to get some action. You're going to use the shredder on a cheese grater, right? And you're going to shred. I know, it's a lot of work. It's going to build your muscles. So I have the shredder disc in here, and you want to make sure that your pieces will fit, right? You don't want them to get stuck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these 4 little ones, and I'm just going to cut them in half. Actually, I'll use 5 little ones. 5 little beets, and I'm going to cut them in half and put them into our shredder. Now this one might be quarters, would be good. And beets are great. They're fantastic for the health of the liver and for building blood. Remember I said everything is moving during the spring, right? Water is moving, everything's kind of flowing in the spring, where wintertime everything's stuck and frozen. So beets help to create blood, right? They're rich in copper and other minerals that are very supportive for building blood. So this is really good to have in the springtime, especially when you're going to get that blood moving, right? Moving and grooving. So I'm going to turn this on. Before I do that, I'm going to, oh, here it is, my handy dandy little thing. So we put all these guys in the shredder. And I'll tell you a fun story. I got lots of fun stories. We got an hour, so I got lots of fun stories for you. Oh, Maria says, I have my liver salad ready in the fridge. Very smart. Smart girl. I'm also using felon. Felon. It's a felon. It'll kill you. No, there's fennel. And this is what fennel looks like. And we're not using the fronds, but you can cut off the fronds and save them for any fish dishes that you're making, right? This is really wonderful for any fish. Just bake it in the oven with fish. It's delicious. So I'm using the whole fennel bulb, and I'm going to cut that into little pieces as well. And I'm also using a green apple. You could use any apple, but I want the sour of this because the sour flavor actually supports cleansing. It supports cleansing and clearing. It also, like we're using a lemon, which is also sour. The sour flavor has this reaction in the body, like a squeezing, right? So it's almost like you're squeezing winter away. You're squeezing and it's going to expel winter from your body, right? The heaviness of it. So I'm using a green apple. And I'm not going to use the pits in the apple. I'm just going to use this part. And I'll make sure these are small enough as well. And then I'll tell you a fun story. I hope you guys can hear me over this. I have a client who is struggling with high blood pressure and heart problems. And I had him do this beet fennel apple salad for a couple of weeks, right, just to clear his system. So one of the things that this does is it helps to lower blood pressure, but it supports building of the blood, good quality blood. And he said to me, he goes, I can't believe how delicious that salad was. He says, I grew up eating sweets. And he goes, that salad? He goes, I want to continue eating it all the time. And I said, great, continue eating it all the time. Your body's craving it, right? You look forward to it, eat it all the time. So let's grab this. I'm going to take this guy. We'll take all this goodness here. So here is the base of our salad. And then we're going to put lemon juice, the juice of one whole lemon, and we're going to use equal portions of olive oil and a little bit of sea salt and lemon zest. Right, so this is what the salad looks like when it's just being prepped. Now I'm going to take our lemon zest. So this is my little zester. And I'm just going to take a couple little pieces of lemon zest. The limonene is great for your system. It's actually rich in vitamin C, of course, as you know. I don't want the pith. The pith is a little too bitter. I just want the outside. I just want the lemon skin, right? The little rind of the lemon. And then we're going to squeeze our lemon and see how much we get out of it. And then we're going to use equal portions of olive oil. Now, like I said, in the Orthodox Greeks, when they did their fasting, they didn't even have olive oil. Can you imagine that? Not having olive oil for 40 days? I can't imagine that. That's a long fast, right? But this way, when you're doing this and you're taking out animal proteins in general during a spring fast, then your body has less to process, right? It's just kind of, everything's just going to move through. So let's see how much we got out of this. You guys still with me? TM says, is a spring cleanse good for someone, me, struggling with sluggish digestion, stomach, colon, and trying to rebuild? Yes, it's great for sluggish digestion. So I'm going to cover that when we go over the tea, because I'm also going to give you guys a tea to do, because sluggish let me put it here. Sluggish digestion, and I probably put a tablespoon in there as well. Sluggish digestion means that there is liver stagnation, generally speaking. And that's what this does. This clears the liver stagnation. And we're going to get to that when I talk about bupleurum and some of the other herbs that I'm going to be using today. So here I have a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. So I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of olive oil. On top of that, I'm going to put in a pinch of sea salt into my salad. And then we're going to mix this. Yeah, so when you have sluggish digestion, that's a sure sign that there is either liver stagnation or low stomach acid, or the digestive system just isn't flowing well. It's not moving well, right? So things kind of sit. They sit, and they'll be there for a long time. And it doesn't feel good. You know, you feel dense, you feel heavy, you feel lethargic. So I'm putting in our olive oil and lemon juice into this salad. And what you want to do with this liver cleanse salad is have it for breakfast. Right? You can have it any time of the day, but we're supporting rising energy, right? So in traditional Chinese medicine, morning time, if your liver is functioning well, you will rise with the sun, right? You'll rise naturally and happily. If the system, especially the liver, is not doing well, or it's overloaded or overburdened or in a state of stagnation, you won't be able to pick your head up off the pillow. You'd be like, oh gosh, somebody please get me 27 cups of coffee. I can't get up. I can't get off this pillow, right? So that's something to consider. And let me just take this out of here. We're going to move this forward. So this salad is done. My kingdom for a bowl. You would eat 1 to 2 cups of this for breakfast in the morning. And then you would follow this with food that's very light and easy to digest, right? So that would be something like a little bowl of soup. And we're going to go over like a nice lentil soup. Something that's easy to digest. A vegetable soup, a carrot soup. Something that's kind of warming and moving. So I'll explain that when we get to the next dish. But this is done. And for those of you that have a sluggish digestion or slow digestion or low stomach acid, you would not eat this salad without having a strong cup of ginger tea before you eat it, or a strong cup of chamomile tea, which is a natural cholagogue. It gets everything warm and moving, right, in the system. It gets your body ready for digestion. You could even do a cinnamon tea, which is spicy and warming. You could do a cayenne pepper tea for those of you that are feeling adventurous and you don't mind the heat, right? A nice cayenne pepper tea. But you would have that before you have this salad, right? Because this is cold. It's cold. So if you have a low digestive fire, then this wouldn't work without any of those warming beverages beforehand. And something to keep in mind as well is energetically, this, right? This is growing directly underneath the ground, and this is growing directly on the ground. So fennel classically supports the health of the spleen and the stomach, and beets classically support the health of the liver. Okay, so follow me here energetically, because then I'm going to show you what a carrot does. Energetically, carrots support the health of the colon, right? A strong descending energy. So these vegetables have a centering energy, right? Center, middle of the body. I want you to think middle of the body, okay? All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, Bridget. Hey, Bridget, she's ready for a spring cleanse. You go, girl. Barbara says, I normally store the salad in portions and then do the lemon zest olive oil in the AM when I'm ready to eat the salad. That's a great suggestion. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. She says, how does this fit into cleansing with someone who doesn't have a gallbladder? So someone who doesn't have a gallbladder, you could still do this because the liver is working double time, right? The gallbladder is the storehouse for bile. And when modern medicine, in all of their non-wisdom, pulls out people's gallbladders, saying, oh, you can live without it. They're not thinking of the whole system, right? So you can certainly live without your gallbladder. It just puts more stress on the liver because now your liver doesn't have a storehouse for the bile. It's got to keep creating the bile daily, right? Keep manufacturing, putting in, taking it from the colon, right? Redoing it, reusing it over and over and over and over again without a storehouse. So the liver can get tired. So without a gallbladder, you may be better off doing just a straight up flat fast. You know what I mean? Like no food. But this certainly won't hurt you, right? Unlike spinach, we'll talk about spinach later. Some people were so angry that I talked bad about spinach on my social media feeds. They were like, how dare you talk about spinach? Because spinach has high oxalates. And people are drinking like spinach and blueberry smoothies, and then they're getting kidney stones and stones in the irritation in the bladder. And they're like, I don't understand what's going on. But it's the oxalates in those foods that were never traditionally eaten that way. Okay, but I digress. So here is your salad, 1 to 2 cups a day with something warm, right, before it. And this is a great way to spring cleanse. Do it for 3 days, do it for 5 days, do it for 7 days. If you're healing something, like in the case of my client, do it for 2 weeks, right? Really get that system moving and flowing. And like I think he lost, I want to say 27 pounds or 17 pounds. It was something like that in 3 weeks that he was doing this. The energy was stuck and it needed to move, right? That's the way that it works. Okay, so let's see. For those of you that don't like beets, I know there are people out there that are like, I can't eat a beet. It's disgusting, right? Swap it out and do a carrot daikon salad. And Amanda put the carrot daikon salad into the community. So you have the option of doing the carrot daikon salad for breakfast or the beet apple fennel salad for breakfast. Both of those will work. The carrot daikon salad will be more of a colon cleanser. It'll certainly still support the rest of the digestive system, but it'll be more focused on this downward flowing energy, getting things moving out of the colon, which is important because we need to move things out of the colon so that the upward rising energy can be more free flowing, right? I know people are like, what's this energy talk? Why is this girl always talking about energy? It's because we're energy. And energetically, everything is energy. And you can use the energy of everything that you're eating to move energy inside your body. All right, but I digress. It's 1:25. Let me keep moving because I could talk until the carrots are grown, if that's a thing. Okay. Sabrina says, ooh, I'd love some parsley and cilantro in this delicious salad. Yeah, I'm going to show you something in a little while about parsley and cilantro. When you say the salad cleanses, what symptoms do people usually experience? Better bowel movements. That's a sign of a natural cleanse. Lighter energy. Sometimes you'll feel some gurgling in the stomach as things are kind of moving through the system. But whenever you're doing a cleanse, you're looking at the end result of the cleanse. So the end result of the cleanse is that you're freeing up the system so that it flows better. When your system is flowing better, you'll have more energy. That's the way that it works, right? Think about when a tube is clogged or in your plumbing, right? If one of the pipes are clogged, everything backs up, nothing moves, right? So what we want to do is we want to get things moving. In this digestive system, and the liver and the gallbladder are part of the digestive system. I know they sit outside of the colon and they sit outside of the small intestine and large intestine, but without the liver and the gallbladder being supported, then this system will always back up, okay? And I cover that in depth in the digestive health class inside the community, as well as in the liver health class inside the community. So go in there and check out those other videos. Okay, let's go to the next recipe. So I'm going to, the next recipe is it's a lentil soup. Now, I chose a lentil soup because It's got a ton of fiber. It's a good source of vegetarian protein. And in the springtime, I personally feel, and I've seen with my clients, that this is the best time of year to go vegetarian or vegan for a short window of time or a period of time to help the system cleanse, right? Because too many fats and animal proteins can make the system sluggish and heavy, right? It can make the system sluggish and heavy. So a sprinkler, I mean, if you look at, like I said, those traditional religions and cultures, they pulled the animal foods out, right? Heavy, dense animal foods out, and they let the body do its work, right? Cleansing, clearing the system. So that's what we're doing, a lentil soup. So I took some green lentils and I soaked them overnight in water, and then I poured off the soaking water. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some onion, carrot. I'll take a little olive oil, maybe a tablespoon or two. The recipe calls for onions, right? The recipe calls for onions. So I had leeks in the refrigerator. So we're going to use leeks, right? So we put our leeks in there. I didn't let that warm up enough, but that's okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. It also calls for celery. Oh, I can hear the sizzle now. It's ready now. It calls for celery, right? So celery is great when you're doing a cleanse. For those of you that have all done that celery juice cleanse from Anthony William, right? You know that celery, because of the salts in celery, it actually helps to build hydrochloric acid, which is good for digestion. I'm putting in some carrots. I'm also using a little bit of garlic, 2 cloves of garlic. And let me grab my salt. How's everybody feeling? You're feeling cleansed already? TM says there's a cool article about kefir being necessary to prevent stones from oxalates, cultured food life. Yeah, so like the kefir is great because it's a dairy, right? Kefir is dairy mostly, or it used to be traditionally dairy-based. And dairy can bind with the oxalates and naturally excrete them through your digestive system, right? Lemon can also help, but then they go through the waterway when you have lemon, right? They're going through the water system, so the kidney and the bladder. But yes, that's correct. So traditionally, high oxalate foods were usually paired with some type of dairy, right? Paired with, like, I always give the example of spanakopita, right? So spanakopita is a feta and spinach pie, creamed spinach and cream, even a classic minestrone soup, right? They use Swiss chard greens, which are high oxalate, but then they'll put in a rind of Parmesan into the soup, right? So that helps to get those oxalates to go where they need to go, out the digestive system and not building up in the system. Oh, Barbara says I'm hungry. And Sabrina, hungry. Well, you girls come on over. Hop on a flight. Get up here to New York. Meet me in the kitchen. Okay, so I'm making this lentil soup vegetarian, but if you don't want to do the vegetarian thing for 3 weeks or something like that, or even a week, then you can use stock, right? So I'm going to use water. I'm also using tomato in here. So that was like 15 ounces of tomato. I'm using some thyme and some cumin, right? So the cumin helps with digestion. So I'll use maybe a teaspoon of this in there. And the thyme is great. It just gives it a nice flavor. Thyme goes really nice with lentils. Teaspoon of that, teaspoon of this, a teaspoon of that. And then I'm going to use water, but like I said, if you don't want to go full vegetarian or vegan during your cleanse, you could use beef stock. You could use chicken stock. Both of these would give this more richness and more depth. This would also help things it would satisfy your hunger a little better. if you can't bear to be hungry, right? Because most people, they start doing a cleanse and they get so angry because their body's like, give me food. But if you put in a little bit of stock into this, it'll help it to be more satisfying, right? Right now, as a vegan or a vegetarian dish, it's more cleansing. It's more cleansing. Once you put like the stocks in, it becomes a little heartier, right? Better for somebody that has, like, if anyone has osteoporosis or osteopenia, I wouldn't do this. I would do it with stock, right? You don't actually want to cleanse if you have a deficiency in the body, right? Anemia, another deficiency. You don't actually want to cleanse if you have something like that. You want to build the blood. You want to build the system. So actually, the beet salad would be good for somebody with anemia. Okay, so I'm going to put some water in here. Into this soup. And this soup is so yummy and so delicious. We're going to go with 4 cups. The more liquid you put in, the thinner the soup gets. Like everybody knows that, right? So I'm going to use 4 cups because I used the 15 ounce of tomato. And then I'm going to put this on the back and let it come to a boil. I'm also going to add in the full teaspoon of salt because otherwise, you know, it's just not delicious. A full teaspoon of salt. I'll also put in a little bit of pepper. Let's get this guy over here. And a cover for that. This is going to come up to a boil, and then I'll lower it to a simmer and keep it on a simmer for 35 to 40 minutes. Look, I forgot to put the lentils in. Oh my gosh. How come nobody caught that? Nobody catch when I'm making a lentil soup without the lentils? Oh boy, I'll tell you, life is good. Let's put these lentils in here. Okay, now we can bring that up to a boil. Oh boy, I kill myself sometimes. Okay, so there are many different types of lentils, as you know, that you could use. I use these green lentils, but you could use French lentils. These are also really, really yummy and fun. They got a little peppery kind of taste. And then petite black lentils, right? So if somebody has an iron deficiency, go with the black foods. Black beans, black lentils, beets, right? Those would all be really good. Okay, so before I move on to the next dish, for those of you that do not like lentils, then do a different soup. Do a carrot ginger soup, and Amanda can put that into the community. I think it may be in there already, but she could put it in. Do a carrot ginger soup. Do a vegetable soup. Do a mushroom soup. Just something kind of light, not too dense, like a regular mushroom vegetable soup without a cream, right? Because what you want to do is you want to lighten the load on the digestive system, free up the body from processing too many dense proteins and fats, throw in lots of vegetables to clear and cleanse the system, and then you get everything flowing again. That's the way that it works. Then you're in the flow with spring. Okay. Lara says, do you have a presentation that tells about building for osteopenia? Yes, I'm pretty sure, and Amanda, double check me on this. I'm pretty sure that we have a bone health cooking class inside the community, and if we don't, double check it, but I'm pretty sure we have a bone health cooking class in there. And if we don't, let me know, and I will prepare one for our people. Our people. Okay. All right. Barbara says we're too hungry to notice. that I didn't add the lentils to the lentil soup. I love you guys. Oh, gosh. All right. Oh, boy. All right, so let's talk about the next thing that I'm going to create. We're going to do, it's not in the menu. I just thought about it this morning. A little pistou to go on top of the soup, right? So to finish the soup, to make it look beautiful and taste bright and fresh, it's always good to put a little vitamin C rich something on top, right? Parsley, scallions, basil, anything on the top of the soup. But we could create a pistou very quickly. I'll show you how to do it, and then I'll get to the next dish, which is we're going to do a tea that clears the liver, and I'll give you some fun examples about that. All right, so this is a little bullet. My nephew brought this home, and he's like, Aunt Fanny, you got to use the bullet. You got to use the bullet. It's the best thing ever. And I was like, bullet? I use a food processor, and I all this stuff. And I was like, well, it's really good for making sauces. So he was right. Okay, so let me just plug this little bullet in. I'm gonna make a pistou, and I like pistou. I like pistou on everything. I like it on eggs. I like it on meats. I like it on just soups. A little dollop on the top of soup. It's so delicious. It brightens it up and makes it fresh, and it's also really, really good for you because it's like a punch of vitamin C. So what I have here is I have some cilantro. As you all know, because you're all really smart, cilantro is great for binding with heavy metals and helping them to skedaddle out of your body. But it's also just really good for you. And I washed the cilantro and the parsley before starting the class. So I just gave it a nice rinse and I took off most of the ends. So I'm using parsley and cilantro. I'm shoving it into my little bullet. And I don't know if there's other ones like this, but I find this to be really good. I'm going to use a 1 clove of garlic. Just give it a little smash. That's going to go in whole. And then I'm going to use our lemon again. And lemon, it's rich in vitamin C, but also it helps to thin the blood and thin the mucus, right? So this is a great time of year to really thin, right? Thin the thickness and the heaviness that could be in the system and just get everything moving and flowing. Like even starting the day with like a little warm lemon water, that would be a really good thing to do. Maybe I'll put in a little bit of zest in here too, right? You get the lemon oils, which are really good for you. It's really bright and refreshing. Also, the rind, the outside of citrus fruits also helps to disperse stagnant energy. It's the reason why it's in a lot of bitters. Like if you look at digestive bitters, a lot of them will have orange peel or lemon peel or some type of citrus peel because it helps to move energy, disperse energy, and that's what you want. You want things to move. That's why it's put into a lot of bitters remedies, or recipes, because it does. It helps things move, which is great. That's what you want. You want things to move through the digestive system. You don't want them to sit there. You don't want things to sit and, ferment, because then you'll be burping your brains out, things won't move through as well as they could. So I'm putting in our lemon juice in here. I'll also put in a little bit of salt. And then we have our olive oil. I'm using some Paisano olive oil. This one I find has a really nice grassy flavor. But you could use any olive oil that you like. And like I said, if you have one of these and it's not a bullet, use it. It's great for making sauces. Okay. So let's close this guy up. And I'm also going to put on our water for our next dish. This is coming up to a boil. It smells very, very good. if I must say so myself. Okay, let's try this guy. And then you can adjust the seasoning. You can put more salt. You can put a little pepper if you want. But adjust it to your palate. It has a very green flavor, perfect for spring. I'm just saying. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I don't want to spill it. That's what it looks like. I'll put it on our soup. When the soup is done, let me just taste, make sure we got this. Wow, so good. Fresh. It's got that tartness that really brightens a soup or brightens a dish, right? Because that's what you want. You want it to brighten the dish. You know, because when things are cooked, they lose their vitamin C. And then you put something bright on top, right? It opens it up, makes it taste new and fresh, like spring. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Doctor 7145 says, how much olive oil? So I put in a little more olive oil than there was lemon juice. Like, you can find recipes on my website. Go to www.andreabeeman.com, and in the search bar, put in pistou, Pistou, and the pistou recipe will come up for you. And also, Amanda, I didn't put it in our notes, in our handout for the members, so we'll upload that to the members as well, to the membership portal. Okay. Oh, thanks, Barbara. Leslie says, love paisano oil, and it's Italian, the best. Leslie, and that's a nice Italian girl. That Leslie is a nice Italian girl. So let's clean up a little bit and then start this. This is up to a boil. I'm going to bring it down to a simmer. And that'll cook for about 30 minutes. We may be gone by then. By 30 minutes, we may be gone. Oh, look, I'm talking to here, but I should be talking there. In 30 minutes, we may be gone, but maybe I'll show you what it looks like anyway. Okay, so let's clean our board. We actually don't need the board anymore, so I'm going to remove this so you guys can see what we're talking about for the next dish. Okay, so we have herbs. Oh, I love herbs. I love herbs. They're so good for us. Now, I'm going to show you an herbal blend that has 7 herbs, but I'm also going to show you how to do it with just 3, right? So you don't have to have all of these herbs. So let me find I'm using a French press. The first ingredient in this tea, a spring cleanse tea, is called bupleurum. So bupleurum has been used in Chinese medicine for thousands of years. And it's one of those herbs that helps to disperse stagnant energy that is holding the liver hostage, so to speak, right? So when I first was learning about bupleurum, I understood the concept. Oh, it helps to treat liver heat and infection, and it moves stagnation and blockage. But it wasn't until I started experimenting with it that I actually felt that dispersive action inside my body. So this is bupleurum. It's a root, right? This is bupleurum. I'm putting in a tablespoon of this root. So I was experimenting with the bupleurum, and I was mixing it with goji berries and lemon balm and all this stuff because I knew the feeling of those herbs and how they affect the body. And then with the addition of the bupleurum, there was definitely a dispersive effect where the first week that I drank it, I had a little anxiety, right? So the anxiety popped up because once the energy moves, right, the energy clears from the liver. I've had liver stagnation my whole life. My acupuncturist used to say to me, I'm surprised you're not punching people in the face when you walk down the street. You have so much liver energy that's like, and I understand that, but I've learned how to transform it. So this, and that's my constitution, right? That's the way that my system was made, right? To have this very strong liver energy. It doesn't make it a bad thing, right? So this, when I was drinking the bupleurum tea, when I first started learning about it, I was sitting in herbal school and I felt this wave of anxiety pop up. And that came from this dispersing of this energy coming up very quickly. So when things move from the liver, they're rising, right? There's a rising energy that happens generally. And if it's heat that's rising, it's going to impact the heart, right? It's going to make the heart feel agitated. And when the heart gets agitated, you're feeling anxiety, you're feeling anxious. So I remember sitting in class and I was like, whoa, 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 wow, that was a little anxiety that just popped up. And then I was walking down the street and I noticed it was lunchtime and we had a break from herb school. I'm walking down the street and I was like, oh, there it is again. And I was drinking the tea all day long. And I was like, oh, that's what that feels like, the dispersion of energy, and then it's rising up, right? This upward rising energy, which is liver channel. It's rising up. So now I drink it, I don't feel that at all. But when I first did, I felt it. So if you have stuck energy in your liver, maybe only do a teaspoon rather than a tablespoon, right? So then you won't feel that at all. But when I do stuff, I like to high dose in the beginning so I can really feel it. Okay, so we have this bupleurum here. The water's almost ready. I'm also putting in a little bit of astragalus root. Just because it's, astragalus helps to build red and white blood cells. And what I want is the energy to move, but I also want to support the spleen, right? So remember spleen on the right side? Liver on the right side, spleen on the left side. So I'm using the bupleurum. It's going to cause this dispersion to happen here, but I also want to nourish and support spleen, and that's where astragalus root comes in. It supports the immune system. It helps to hold the body in place, so to speak, right? Helps to lift you up. We're also putting in a teaspoon of ginger. Ginger just helps to activate this blend. I'm also using licorice root. And licorice root helps to harmonize the blend. And licorice root classically supports the health of the liver, right? This is you can't use too much licorice root, right? Because it really builds the blood. And that's why they have the deglycerized licorice, because for some people, they're really sensitive to it and it'll actually increase their blood pressure. So if you have it for too long, too much, it's gonna increase your blood pressure because it's building the blood, right? It's building the blood, it's supporting the liver. It's a really great herb, and it's got a sweet flavor, and everybody's addicted to sweet flavor. So use it. I'm also using nettles in this blend. Nettles is a wonderful springtime herb. Oh, thanks. Husband came in and said it smells really good. That's what he's having for lunch. Nettles is a classic herb for helping the body deal with allergies, right? It's mineral rich. It's anti-inflammatory. It helps to quell the histamine response. So this is a good one for this time of year because a lot of people are complaining about allergies. Oh, my allergies are flaring. Just put a little nettles in. I'm also using lemon balm because remember I said that the bupleurum disperses the liver energy and you may feel a little anxious. The addition of lemon balm helps to calm the nervous system, right? It's just a mint, but it's very calming to the nervous system. So that's why that one's going in there. And then goji berries. Goji berries nourish the yin. So they support the blood. They support the moistening aspect of the system. And if you don't want to use 7 herbs, right? Because this is a blend. Let me see what we got here. Amanda. Oh, thanks, Amanda. She's monitoring the chat. Thank you. This is 7 herbs, right? If you only wanted to use one, the bupleurum, you could do that. But remember that it has a dispersive effect on the liver. So I would actually combine the bupleurum with a little bit of lemon balm just to help keep you a little calm so that you don't go, oh, I'm going crazy. So we'll fill this guy up. And then I'll steep this for like 45 minutes. Sometimes I'll steep for a couple hours. Ooh. Sometimes I'll steep for a couple of hours. You know, you could steep for, oh, let me grab this. You could steep for anywhere from 45 minutes to overnight, right? If you really want the benefit of nettles, then I would steep overnight. You know, just set it up before you go to bed at night. And then in the morning, you have a great tea to start your day, right? Warm it up a little bit if you want, but that's good to go, just like that. All right, let me put this here. Okay, so let's see, 154, look at that. We did a pistou, we did a lentils, we did the salad. We get our tea, you got all your spring cleansing, liver cleansing ingredients and recipes to get you started so that you feel more energized, you feel happier, you feel lighter. You'll feel, I can get up in the morning, woohoo, let's go, let's start this day, as opposed to, I'm so tired, I'm slogging through, I can't make it, please don't make me do anything, right? That's a sign of this liver is sluggish and you need to support it in the springtime specifically, right? You could support it all year round, but springtime is great. So let's see what we got here. Sabrina says, would it work as well with astragalus root not shredded? Yeah, you could use a powdered astragalus root. You could also use the little astragalus root cut and sifted, you know, like the little chunks. You could certainly do that, but then make sure that you're steeping a little longer, maybe an hour and a half. Let's see. Sabrina says, I guess with my lipedema, I'd have to substitute licorice root with schizandra berries maybe. That's a great idea. Schizandra berries are awesome. They support liver and kidney. Oh, and by the way, in your pistou, the parsley that's in here supports the water element. It's supporting the kidneys. It helps to lower blood pressure, parsley, and it's very supportive to the body. So use it. So for Sabrina, schizandra berries are a great choice to swap out if you can't do the licorice root, right? And then Maria says, is the tea recipe in the community? Maria, the whole handout is in the community. Amanda put it into the events space, I'm pretty sure. And then, of course, when this gets edited and uploaded into the community, these will be incorporated into the video so you never have to wonder where they are. Right? It'll all be there for you. Okay. So This tea is going to steep for 45 minutes to an hour. The beet salad is good to go. I could have that for breakfast. I could have it for lunch. I could have it for 3 days, 5 days, 10 days. By the way, when you have that for breakfast, it comes with no other food, right? That's part of the cleansing process. And some people are afraid of cleansing. They get nervous about not eating food. And if you are in a state of deficiency, anemia, osteoporosis, osteopenia, then I wouldn't necessarily cleanse. I would build the body for a year first, like do a year of building the system up, making sure it's strong and vital and can handle it, and then cleanse. Because some people will do a cleanse and they come out on the other side of a cleanse and they feel like crap. They're like, I can't move, my bones hurt, right? So make sure that your body can handle a cleanse. Not everybody can handle a cleanse. But I don't want you to be afraid of not eating food. Like, we are in a society that is driven by consumption. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. 365 days a year, every year, all the time. So when you intentionally do a cleanse, you give your digestive system a break, you give your liver a break, you give your body a break, you give your mind a break, you let everything kind of clean up. I know intermittent fasting is all the rage these days, and I think it's great. Like, I actually intermittent fast intentionally for the past almost 30 years, meaning I stop eating at 7 o'clock at night, generally on most days, unless I'm at a dinner or something like that. And then I won't eat again until 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, which is a classic 14-hour fast, right? You're not eating during the night. That's what breakfast is, right? Break, fast, breakfast. So let's see. Sabrina says, what's the phase 1 and phase 2 of a cleanse? I don't get that. Oh, that's a liver. So that's a whole nother class. Phase 1 liver detox and phase 2 liver detox, right? That's how the liver metabolizes. The liver is metabolizing everything in the system, right? All of your toxins. And people think that there's no toxins in like food, right? Organic food. But there's toxins in everything. There's anti-nutrients, there's toxins, and the liver has to break them down. And phase 1 is breaking things down and turning them either into water-soluble or fat-soluble. And then they're going to be excreted through the water-soluble, are going down through the bladder and the kidney. And then the fat soluble are going through the digestive system, right? Through the small intestine and the colon and out that way. So that's basically the 2 phases of the liver, right? First breaking down and then sending it to where they got to go. Right? The liver in Chinese medicine, I know it's 2 o'clock, I got to wrap it up, but in Chinese medicine, the liver is the commander. He's commanding. The liver is commanding the blood. He's commanding the qi, commanding the energy to go to certain areas of the body, right? So when the liver becomes congested or stagnant in any way, then the blood doesn't flow well. Then the energy doesn't flow well, right? So we want to keep the liver happy. You want to keep all your organs happy. That's the truth about that. You want to keep all of your organs and your systems happy and flowing well. But especially liver. Like, if you look at a lot of the cancer healing protocols, they're focusing on liver, because liver is responsible for so many things. It's responsible for, like I said, metabolism of toxins. It's responsible for commanding the blood in ancient medicine, commanding the energy. Go here, you go there, you do this, right? So when this becomes stagnant or overworked, or it's not functioning well, then we get blockages inside the whole body, right? You'll get tumors and cysts that develop. So always send your liver some love. And if you're feeling agitated and irritated and angry, it means liver needs support, right? Either you need to build liver blood, you need to move liver energy, but that's usually a sign that liver is not functioning as well as it could be. And you'll find that in every season, but especially in the spring. You'll be really irritated, quick to snap, right? What did you say you want? you want more pistol, and then you throw the pistol at somebody, right? Or you beat them with a beat. Don't do any of that. Just clear the liver energy. Do a spring cleanse. Do it once per year. Even if you only do it for 3 days, 3 little tiny days. Did I say 3? 3 little tiny days. And look, I have my little pink beet fingers. So that's all I got to say about that. All right. We're going to be wrapping it up here. TM says, could sensitivities to tomatoes and lemon signify stagnation or just allergies? That is such a good question. So a sensitivity to tomatoes means, generally speaking, that your liver cannot detoxify the solanine and the anti-nutrients that are in nightshade vegetables, tomatoes, potatoes, eggplant, peppers, right? They all contain solanine, which is a toxic substance that needs to be metabolized. And if you can't metabolize it, or your liver can't metabolize it, you will have sensitivities to it all the time. Some people will get arthritis, right? Arthritis or achy bones and joints when they can't process the solanine. And then as far as lemons, also citrus can do that as well, right? Because citrus is dispersive, like I said, it's thinning the mucus. Lemon water helps to thin and make the blood move better. So if there's things in your body that haven't been metabolized, or you're having trouble metabolizing, you're going to have debris, extra debris around the system that needs to be processed. So yes, it does mean that there could be some liver stagnation in your system, right? That's what I got to say about that. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome, Sabrina. Yes, Amanda put the presentation with all the recipes inside the learning material of the Health is Wealth community. For those of you that want to check out the Health is Wealth community, you go to AndreaBeeman.com/health community. For those of you that are struggling with thyroid trouble, you go to AndreaBeeman.com/thyroid community. By the way, when the liver is stagnant, the T4 to T3 conversion is limited, right? So that's thyroid hormones. So that's why in my thyroid community, we focus on absolutely 100%. You got to do a liver cleanse. It's part of your protocol. You got to do it to support your thyroid. Okay, that's all I got for you. This still needs a little bit of time to cook. Maybe another 15, 20 minutes. And then I'm going to put a dollop of the pistou on top. This needs 45 minutes, but this is good to go. This is good to go as it is. I may have this for lunch. Remember to support your body and listen to your body, right? Your body is filled with wisdom. And according to modern medical science, it's been drilled into you and taught that you don't listen to your body. When a symptom comes up, you suppress that symptom, right? You suppress it. Let it go away. Oh, you got headaches popping up? Take this painkiller. oh, you can't go to the bathroom. You can't have a bowel movement. Here, take this laxative, right? So the body is saying, hey, there's something stuck in here. Bing, 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 headache. There's something stuck in here. And gallbladder meridian flows all over the side and the back of the head. So if you're getting headaches that are popping up, something's stuck. We got to move it. You could certainly dull the pain, but it's not going to heal what's going on inside your body, right? Colon is not functioning well. You're constipated. You could certainly take the laxative to give you some relief, but why is the colon saying, I'm not functioning well? Don't get me started. Okay, so we have to listen to the body and give it what it needs and get things moving and flowing so that you have the energy to enjoy your life to the best of all possibility, right? Nobody wants to be here in pain and struggling and not feeling well. And spring is the time for energy to be flowing and everything growing and all this upward energy, this upward rising. Woohoo! Let's go, world, right? So I want to get you in that space. So I'm going to be wrapping this up. Let me make sure. Oh, you're welcome. My mindfully gluten-free life. Well, I don't know what your name is, but here you are. Okay, so I'm sending you a whole lot of love. I'm sending your liver love, your digestive system, your whole system, especially your heart, a whole lot of love. And do the best that you can. Do a cleanse every year, and you'll feel the benefits. Trust me on that, okay? All right, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.